So one last topic under the employee central that we have, which is time off, is what we are going to look towards, which is the leave management part of success factors. Okay. So now to start with time off, guys. So this is an advanced topic on top of the core employee central, which is not part of the core employee central certification, of course. And as I already mentioned last time, and I've even shown you the course content of employee central certification. So this is not going to be part of it, but it's important for the real-time knowledge. So to give you the basic background of this module, again, being an advanced topic, it is built on MDF platform. The last time when we spoke about the position management, the way we spoke, it is an MDF based product. Even time off is also something that is developed on the MDF framework. So before we get into the configuration, let us first get an overview understanding of the entire process of time off. So generally in terms of config and even the usage perspective. So the overall, what are the components that we get in it? What are the different components that we are required to configure in this? All that. Where the three main important components on which this time off will be based on is holiday calendars, work schedules, and time profiles, guys. Three important things. Config items, holiday calendars, work schedules, and time profiles. Where holiday calendar is basically all about a bunch of holidays. So generally for India, we have a holiday calendar. What are the public holidays for this year? Like US has a calendar, Australia has a calendar with the New Year Day, Christmas Day, Independence Day, okay, Boxing Day, like this different day holidays that we have. So that is a holiday calendar that we can create, where an organization can have either one holiday calendar or multiple holiday calendars. It depends upon. Okay. If you take example of India, guys, we basically have multiple calendars state specific. So in India, in the North Indian festivals are different, the South Indian festivals are different. Within South India, Karnataka festivals are different, Tamil Nadu festivals are different. So the way you have different state-specific calendars within India, so that is absolutely possible that you can have multiple calendars within the company, and even country-specific calendars, we can have multiple. So based on the country, the state, location where the employee is hired, so what are the list of holidays that he'll be applicable for? So that calendar is what we have to assign. So like that, we can come up with multiple holiday calendars that can be created. There is no limit on it. And then the second one is the work schedule, where a work schedule is all about the working pattern of an employee. Like if you say we have employees working shifts, might be from 9 to 6, a general shift, or it's an UK shift we call generally like 1 to 10 p.m. in the Indian timing, and 1 p.m. to night 10 p.m. we call a UK shift generally, whether it is that or it's a evening shift, evening 6 to next early morning 3 o'clock. So whichever is the shift. So to capture the shift details, and even whether the employee is going to work 5 days a week or 6 days a week. If it is 5 days a week, is that Monday to Friday? Or like Middle East, it is from Sunday to Thursday. So all that details about the employee's working pattern is what we capture under work schedules. And then the last one, the time profile, is basically a bunch of time types, guys. A time profile is a bunch of time types. It's a set of leave types, generally what all set of leaves an employee is eligible for. Okay, like sick leave, casual leave, maternity, paternity, the different leaves what an employee is eligible for. So all that leaves as a group is what we call it as a profile. Where in a company, each and every employee might be not having the same set of leaves. So based on the grade of the employees, you might have a different set of leaves. Based on the experience level, you might have different set of leaves. Or even based on the gender. The basic example is gender based, where female employees get maternity leave, male employees get paternity leave. So like this, on various parameters, the list of leaves that the employees will be eligible will be different. Okay. So in that case, we can come up with groups. That is, groups are what we can call as profiles. So one profile A has 5 leave types. Profile B has 7 leave types. Profile C has 10 leave types. So like this, I can come up with multiple profiles where each profile has a bunch of leaves. Okay. So for an employee, when you are hiring, so this employee should get which set of leaves. So that profile we give it to him. So which work schedule, which holiday calendar and all. When the employee is being hired, in the job information portlet, under time information section, we will assign these 3 inputs. So when they're hiring itself, these three will be added to the employee so that he will be automatically getting eligible to the respective leaves, the leave balances, all that will be immediately added to his account. That where each and every time type, which is nothing but a leave type I told you, it is connected internally with something called as time accounts. So these time accounts are same like our business account, I mean our bank accounts, guys. The way we get the money credits and debits that happens in the bank accounts, here in the time accounts, we will have the leave balances, credits and debits happening. Okay, the leave balance credits and debits will be happening in the time accounts, where these time accounts will be connected with different rules internally. Different rules like accrual rule, where an accrual rule is basically speaking about so how much of leave balance have to be given to the employee. How much of leave balance has to be given to the employee per year? Like for a sick leave, I have 10 leaves per year, casual leave, 11 leaves per year, annual leave as 24 leaves per year. We have that yearly quota that will be generated, guys. So that is called accrual. So on 1st of January, what is the quota that you're going to give for this year is an accrual. That will be in this accrual rule logic. Similarly, we have period and processing rule, where at the end of the year, so example, you are given a balance of 24 days in the starting of the year, you are able to take 15 leaves. There is still a balance of 9 more leaves in your bucket. So what should happen to that 9 leaves? So that on 31st of December, should that balance be expired, the 9 days, or it can be carry forwarded to the next year, or only 5 can be carried forwarded out of 9 and 4 should be expired. So that way combination. So whatever is the process that can be kept under this period and processing rule. And then we have hire rules, where when an employee is being hired, so what is the balance that we have to give? Generally, if it is 1 year, employee is eligible for 24 leaves. If he's joining in July, in the middle of the year, he's eligible for only 12 leaves, prorated. For 12 months, if it is 24 leaves, for 6 months, it's only 12 leaves. So that proration logic and all will be present under this high rule. Okay. And then we get this termination rule, where termination rule is about when the employee is getting relieved from the company, on that day, whatever is the balance that is pending present in his account, so what should happen to that leave balance? Such kind of things will be handled in these different rules. So these rules will basically drive the time of related balances, credits and debits that should happen into the time accounts. And based on all this setup, this holiday calendars, till this time type, their rules, conditions, everything, based on all these conditions of the setup that we make, so employees will have their set of time calendars, that is in a year of 365 days, what are working days, what are weekends. In the working days, what are the public holidays also there. So also minusing that, what are the remaining working days? In that, what are my leave balances? So all that calendars will be ready. And with that, employees can start applying the leave request on the remaining days, apart from the weekends and public holidays. On the working days, if the employee wants to apply, he will be able to. So here, time off request is what we have. So when he places a request for time off, that is leave, it will go for approval, where every leave in the SuccessFactors system can have a separate workflow process that can be configured, guys. Okay, that is like if you want to have your leave submitted for manager, for if it is a sick leave, it has to go for the manager. For casual leave, it has to go to the matrix manager. For maternity leave, it has to go to head of HR. Like this, for each leave type, you can come up with a different workflow requirements actually. Okay, and parallel system will also check various other conditions in terms of eligibilities. Is the employee eligible for this leave type? Does he have the sufficient leave balance? All that checks also will be done. And once the leave request is approved by the respective approver, the leave will be deducted from the employee's account and the leave request will be created. So that is how the complete time off solution actually functions, guys. So it's basically completely built on MDF platform with all these components like holiday calendars, work schedules, time profiles, time types, etc. This is to just first give you an overview of what are the things that will be involved. So all these blue components are the config components. The green components, what are highlighted, are the at the time of usage of the solution, applying a leave, that going for workflow request, parallel system checking the conditions and all. This is in terms of usage of the config. So blue components are all the config components what we do. Okay, any queries here? Okay. So now to set up this time off solution, guys, as I told you, we have to work on holiday calendars, time profiles, all that. So as I told, it's an MDF. We can go to manage data. And in managed data, we can access them. So here in the managed data, we can search with the keyword as holidays, holiday calendars, work schedules, etc. All that. Okay. And apart from this managed data, SF has also given a dedicated screen for time off, guys. As we saw, we have a dedicated screen only for positions called managed positions. Here for time related, SF has given a tool called as time off structures. Manage time off structures is a tool that SF has given. So this manage time off structures, guys, it's similarly like manage data at APS, where on the objects list you see only time related. It might be leave management or attendance management, whatever. Complete time related objects only you will find. Here, if you want to search for department, etc., you can't. So this is only for time related objects that you have. Where manage data is a central location for all MDF objects, where this manage positions, manage time of structures, all these are the filtered things. Okay. So now the first thing is to have your holiday calendars created. First, you need to have the holidays. The holiday calendar is basically a bunch of holidays. So if you have the holiday calendar, then if you have the holidays list, adding those holidays into the holiday calendar, you can have the calendar ready. Okay. So now if I open the holidays list here, guys, just give me a moment. Okay. So here, these are the list of holidays that we have. So in this demo system, they have given several holidays. Of course, in the client system, we don't have anything standard. We only have to create it. So example, Boxing Day. In few countries, we have this Boxing Day as a holiday, like we have it in Canada, we have it in Australia, like this. So we have to give the code of the holiday, name of the holiday, and this is an optional parameter. If you want to choose this holiday belongs to which particular country, it's optional. If you want to restrict it to that country, you can give the country parameter as well. But code and name are mandatory. This entity UI UUID is something that we need not enter, guys. That will be every time system generated. So we just fill the remaining 3 fields and we save. System will be auto generating this around 12 to 16 character ID automatically. So we need not bother about it. That's for internal config perspective they generated. So this way, multiple holidays. So even if you want to create a new holiday on the right hand side, you have create new holiday as an option and we can start creating it. So this field will be completely blank. We need not enter anything. So holiday code, like something like demo holiday, I'm just giving. And the name of the holiday, something Independence Day. And any particular country, if you want to confine this holiday, you can. And or else if this Independence Day is a holiday that can be used in multiple countries, then you leave it blank. So that way you can have the holidays created. Once we have the holidays ready like this, bunch of the various holidays, New Year, Christmas, all these lists you can create. And then we can work on the next one called the calendars. So here we have the holiday calendars, guys, where just give me a moment. So here we have the list of holiday calendars. Multiple holiday calendars are present over here. In this demo system, they are created again. So if I choose India calendar, so here is the calendar where a holiday calendar is going to contain list of various holidays. Normally in India, the holiday starts on 1st January, New Year, Republic Day, Independence Day, Gandhi Jayanti, Christmas, like this, different holidays are all added. So this is a holiday calendar that has been started maintaining since 2016. In 2016, what are the holidays? 2017, what are the holidays? 18, 19, like this, you can keep on updating it. So till the current year of 2022, the list of holidays are updated. Okay. So here, every year, it will be the responsibility of the HR administrators to update it for the upcoming year. What are the list of holidays? So on which day, which holiday falls? Where few things like New Year, Christmas and all will be confined on a particular day. We have a particular day. If you take Ramadan, it will be varying. Date will be varying. And even Good Friday is something that will be where the date will be varying. So like this, many festivals will be there that will be not a constant day in a year. So at that point of time, so normally on the first week of January for the upcoming year, they maintain. Okay. So that is the way we have the dates that will be every time taken care by the administrator to update it for the upcoming year. So on which day of that year, what holiday falls? The first column will be the dates and the last column will be the holiday name. So this way we can create the holiday calendars, wherein which again, here also you will have something called entity UID, where even this we need not enter anything, system will auto generate. In between, you have another field called holiday class. So what is this holiday class means? You have a full day holiday, off day holiday, 2 things. Okay. These are the main things. Generally in 95% we use only full, which is saying it's a full day holiday. There we generally don't have any off-day holidays. Generally, public holidays are not off days generally. But if there is a scenario that there is off-day holiday given, yes, you can choose it as off. But I never seen any off-day holiday in my experience. Public holidays are every time full days. And the last one is an option where if a company has decided to use optional holiday concept. That is, company says that this is one of the day on which you can take a holiday, but company is not declaring it as a holiday. If you want, you can apply as an optional holiday. So there will be few festival dates which will be kept as none, where it is an eve on that day, but it's not for everyone. Whoever wants to take on that day, they can apply it as an optional holiday. So there will be a leave balance of say 2 days per year as optional holiday. So that 2 days of leave balance, what you have as optional holiday. So whichever days that are kept as none, so for that days you will be able to apply. So that way, for the purpose of optional holiday concept, we can add that day in the holiday list, but keep it as none. So it's not a fixed holiday for everybody. Whoever wants to take a day holiday on that day, they have to apply from their existing leave balance of 2 days dedicatedly given for optional holidays. So in that case, we have this none. It's a full day of holiday, off day holiday, and none as the different holidays we get, guys. Different holiday classes we get, where majority of the time, full is what we use actually. So this way, we have the date of the holiday, class of the holiday, and the actual holiday that we have to choose, and we have to create the holiday calendar with a bunch of holidays.
Actually, just like you were telling about the India calendar, like we're taking example of a particular company. In that, there are these kind of holidays are already there, but there are special holidays. Can say a maintenance day, right? So that is already decided by the management, and that is also approved by, and that is a part of the calendar. So how we will just create that holidays in that calendar?
Same like any other holiday. If it is a holiday that there are no operations happening, and if it is employees need not apply leave and it's a non-working day, then you can add it as any other holiday.
Okay. Suppose like there are many cases is there, like sometimes that maintenance day can be working also, right? Like suppose is a maintenance day that is a declared holiday, but sometimes it can be working. In that situation, management take the process that they will be working. So in that
No, one second. When they are working, how will that be a holiday?
no, sometimes some cases like there are some that is not a regular practice, but might be there one time or 2 times in a year. There are changes in maintenance day holiday.
That's what.
Right.
For example, you have banks. So banks will all be on the last day of the financial year. They have a holiday. Accounts
Yes.
they say holiday is
Yes.
for customer transactions. A customer can't visit the bank, but internally they are working. It's not holiday for the staff. Okay, so as long as it's not holiday for a staff, in the HR system of SuccessFactors, they don't maintain it as a holiday. For customer operations on the front end, it is holiday. Customers are not allowed to visit the bank. For the employees, it is paid that day. The employees are required to work on that day, closing the doors internally. So it's not maintained as a holiday in the system. As long as you are going to be paid on that day, you are required to show your attendance on that day. I don't maintain it as a holiday. Got it?
Okay.
Maintenance day, whatever day. So as long as I'm going to pay you on that day and I need your attendance, I don't maintain it as a holiday here. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Any others? And next thing is, after this time of for the holiday calendars, the next thing is that we have to look at work schedules. So I'll just open this work schedule, which is an 8-hour schedule from morning 7 to afternoon 3. 8-hour schedule from 7 to 3, where we call this as a simple work schedule. The model is what you see it as simple. So it is simple because it is only concentrating on number of hours a day. So out of 7 days, it's 5 days is working and 2 days is 0 non-working days. So first 5 days are only working. That's good. And in that 8 hours, I don't capture any start time, end time and all. Whether the employee comes at morning 6 and leaves at afternoon 2, or he comes at 9 and leaves at evening 6. So whatever shift he's working, that's not mattered here. It's just 8 hours a day is what I want. So that is what a simple work schedule is called, where they are not concerned about the in-time, out-times and all. Overall 8 hours in a day. So this way we can maintain, say, 7 days pattern in which 5 days working, 2 days non-working as 0 hours like this. And if the company wants it to be like first week, there should be 5 days working. Second week, 6 days working, 7 Saturday working. Again, third week, 5 days. Again, fourth week, say, 6 days. So like this, if they want to be alternate Saturdays to be working, So you can keep it as a 14-week schedule. Instead of 7 days, you can mark it as a 14-week schedule. So here, instead of confining it to 7, make it as 8th, 9th day, 10th day. You can keep on adding the entries. Where here, after the 6 and 7 are off, again it is 8 hours here. Again, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. Like this, we can keep on adding till 13th day. Only 14th day is going to be off. Okay. So that way, we can create multiple. We can even create a 14-day pattern so that every 14 days, the pattern keeps repeating. Initially, it was 7 days. Every 7 days, the pattern is repeating. Now, if I keep it for 14 days, every 14 days, but that pattern repeats. In that 14 days, 1 week is working and other Saturdays non-working. So that pattern of one Saturday working and other Saturday off is something that keeps on repeating again every 14 days. So that is one we can achieve, such that keeping the number of hours as just 8 hours, which is without involving any start time, end time and all, is a simple work schedule. Okay, there. We can see an example of another schedule. Here we have a work schedule which is from Monday to Friday, and it is also 8 to 5, morning 8 to evening 5. But here we call the model as period, guys. It's a period model. So period model is where here they are interested to know even the start time and end time. So that like the employees are given a particular start time and end time, they have to work in that slot exactly. It's not that 8 hours a day, whenever you want, you come, whenever you go, not that way. I give you a slot. It might be manufacturing industries and even banking sectors, many places. Shift is important. So then we go for this period schedules where you see it's 7 days a week, 5 working days and 2 off. And in which here 5 working days is where I'm not entering the 8 hours. I'm using something called as day model.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
What does this day model mean is, when I say, let's say example, this 8 hours is going to be from morning 9 to evening 6. Once the company has started capturing the timings, start time, end time and all, it is not confined there. It's not only with first start time, end time. It will also include the break times. What is expected break time? Some 10:30 to 10:45, 15 minutes break. Again, 12:30 to 1:15, 45 minutes of lunch break. So each and every time break has to be recorded, guys. So that means for a day, it's not one single entry saying as 9 to 6. We have multiple entries. So 9 to 6 is the overall working time, in which we have 2 breaks. So like 3-4 entries per day, we'll have it. So instead of entering all the 3-4 entries here, we create a model. So in a working day, what is the model of the day? What is the coming time? What is the leaving time? What is the lunch time, break time and all? We create a model, and that model we will refer here. If you see this day model in the details, so day 1, it is a day model. So which day model? There is a day model created as 8 to 15 with breaks. 8 to 5 as a with breaks is one model that has been created. That is called here. So where do we create a model? Given that is an MDF object. So it is called as work schedule day model, guys. Work schedule day model we say. And here it is. 8 to 5 with breaks. This is how it is. So it's 8 to 5 from a morning 8 a.m. to evening 5 p.m. is the total working time, in which 10 to 10:15 is a break. You see, scheduled unpaid break. 10 to 10:15 is a scheduled unpaid break. Again, 12:30 to 1:15, 45 minutes is this one more time, a scheduled unpaid break. Total working time is this time, morning 8 to evening 5, in which in between we give them 60 minutes of break. 15 plus 45, total 60 minutes of break. So total 540 minus 16, it's again 480, which is as per the standard labor law of 8 hours. That way. So this is the breakup that we have to maintain. So these 3 segments, each and everything is this time segment. So these 3 segments I can't maintain here in the work schedule. In a day 1, 3 segments, day 2, 3 segments, like that. 5 days, 5 3s, 15 segments, it doesn't look good here. So that model of a day is what I create. And this day model is what I call it in the work schedule. Keeping it the category as day model, I connect with the respective day model. Okay. So each day, which is the same day model called, last 2 days we kept it as non-working days. That's it. So this keeps on repeating every 7 days. And if a company wants 1 week employees to work in the morning shift, so this is a morning 8 to 5 shift, and the second week they have to work on UK shift, 10 afternoon 1 o'clock to night 10 o'clock. And again the third week with again morning shift, again fourth week with afternoon shift. It should be rotating shifts like that if the company wants to have that way. So in that case, we can create one more day model with afternoon 1 o'clock to night 10 o'clock. With that timings, one schedule is what we'll be creating. So in that schedule, again, we'll have the respective time slots. And that day model is what we will assign in the next week, like day 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, day 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 days. I'll call that day model. 13 and 14 again non-working days. So it's a 14-day pattern that I can create with first week calling with the morning model. And the second week I'll call the afternoon model. So it's a rotating shift that will come up. The 14-day pattern keeps on repeating. So 1 week morning shift, second week afternoon shift. Again, third week morning shift, fourth week afternoon shift. It keeps on rotating that way. Okay. So this is how we will have the work schedule configured with either the period model or the simple model. In simple, it's straightforward, just 8 hours. But in period, in that 8 hours, what is the starting time, ending time, break times, everything are to be captured in a day model, guys. Okay. And one logic in both the period and the simple, one key point here you have to remember is, I'm saying day 1 is day 1 to 5 are working. Say day 6 and 7 are non-working. Very good. So what is this day 1? Where is this day starting? In India, for me, the week starts from Monday, working week. Whereas in Middle East, it starts from Sunday. So how will system know this day 1 is Sunday or Monday and all? That is a big factor here. Starting date is something that we'll have. In the work schedule at the bottom, you have to give it as a starting date. So the starting date, whatever you give, this date falls on which day? So if you Google this date, 1st of January 1919, will be Monday, guys. That means system will understand the day 1 is Monday. So it is Monday to Friday, 5 days and 2 days off. If it is a Middle East project, I'll give a date which will fall on Sunday. So system will understand here it is week starting from Sunday. So Sunday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday are off. That makes a difference between the Middle East work schedules and the rest of the world related schedules, where it starts from Monday or it starts from Sunday kind of. Okay. So the starting date plays a crucial role in understanding it. So this way, we can create multiple work schedules of multiple patterns, multiple times, all that. And then the third prerequisite that we have is a time profile, gentlemen. Where a time profile to be created, first we should have a time types, because time profile is a bunch of time types, which is nothing but leave type. So we'll start with the leave type configuration. So leave types are also generally attendance types or leave types, anything are referred as time types only in SuccessFactors. Attendance types or leave types are time types. So here you have several examples of the leave types that are already configured in the system. So let me randomly take some here. Let's take an Indian example. India casual leave is what I've taken. So leave in SuccessFactors, a leave type is not single word configuration, guys. You have a lot of attributes to discuss here. Okay. So first thing is to start with giving a name of your leave type. And then again, entity UID is what something system will auto-generate. You have nothing to do with. So external name is what you give. Then you have the workflow. As I told, every leave type in SuccessFactors can have a different approval process. One approval for casual leave, another approval kind of. So you can definitely do that. Where in this, they have kept it as the line manager is approval. So those that we configure in the manage org job pay structures, the same list will come here, guys. All the list of workflows that we created in manage org job pay structures will come. So from that, yeah, it is all taking up. Okay. And next one is unit. Do you measure this leave in days or days or hours? So it's a 1 day holiday or 8 hours holiday. It's an off day holiday or 4 hours holiday. So there are few companies and few situations where they measure the leaves in hours, and few places they measure it in days. It depends upon the requirement. So when do we generally go for hours is those companies who are going to even measure the things in a very granular level, such that they are also giving leave for 1 hour. If my company has a policy that I can even grant a leave for 1 hour, then I have to measure the leaves in hours. If you measure the leaves in days, full day or off day, I don't have an option for 1 hour. That's right. So it depends upon the company's culture and their process. So whether they would go for hours and days, it depends upon. And depending on this unit that you select here, guys, we have some follow-up attributes that we have to fill. If the unit is days, here you have another follow-up attribute called permitted fractions per unit day. Permitted fractions per unit days generally on what fractions you allow the leave. So if it's a leave measured in days, you allow only full day holiday or you also allow off day holiday. Like this, you have the options. Only full day bookings allowed means I can apply 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. Where if I select off day, so not only 1 day, off day I can apply 1.5 day, 2.5 days. I can apply for that way as well. Off day bookings allowed. So there are few companies who say we don't have an off day concept. If you want to have be on leave, full day or leave. That's it. It depends upon the organizations whether they allow off day or not. And very rarely we see companies allowing quarter day, guys. Quarter day is where even 2 hours leave is approved. So we have maximum fraction of till 2 hours, which is quarter day. I mean, it depends upon if it's 8 hours, 2 hours is a quarter. If it's a company which is working for, which asks their employees to work for 9 hours a day, then quarter is like 2.3 or something. So, and in Australia, you see, generally we see 7.5 hours working work schedule in Australia. In 7.5 hours, it's a quarter means it's again less than 2. So it depends upon, so quarter becomes on the whole first, what is the full working day if we get to know number of hours, based on that the quarter definition will change. So there are companies who allow full or off day only, but quarter is something rarely used, but yes, SF supports that. So this way we can have the unit fractions for unit day that we have to fill in. If I choose the unit here on the top as hours, guys, so then here the second attribute is what you have to fill. Permitted fractions per unit hour. So whether you are here also you allow only full day, that means full hours. Like full day means it's like 8 hours holiday or 16, 24, 32, like that the hours will be. Second one, if you go for full hour bookings allowed, full hour is where you need not go for 8 hours minimum. So here the second option, even 1 hour you can go. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour also you can go for the leave. Where if my requirement is not 1 hour, not 2 hour, it is 1 hour 15 minutes. Example. Then the last option. Allow requesting in hours and minutes is the last option that we have. Allow requesting in hours and minutes is the last option that we have, where that will basically allow 1 hour, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes, like that. Fractions as well you can go for. Okay, so there are companies, once they choose hours, they even go till this extent. There are companies who measure the leaves in that granular level as well. So that depends upon. So these are the possible options whenever you are choosing the unit. Based on the unit that you have selected, the respective permitted fractions per unit day or unit hour is what also you have to make sure you are filling it, guys. And then the country. So if you want to say this leave type is only for India, this India casual leave is only obviously applicable for only India. You can choose that country. And whether this is a leave type or an attendance type, so absence or attendance kind of you can choose. Of course, this config is absence related, that is selected. And requesting on non-working days allowed. Generally, system will not allow you to apply leave for a non-working day. So example, Saturday, 6th of August. If you are week off as per your schedule. So if you are applying a leave for Saturday, 6th of August or 7th of August, these 2 days, systems throws you an error saying that make sure you are having at least 1 working day in your leave period. If you are starting to ending your entire leave period is within the public holiday, then there is no point of applying. If you are applying from Friday to Monday or Friday to Sunday, at least Friday is 1 working day you have, system will take it. So when you are applying completely on a week off, system standard generally doesn't take. But if you also want to give an option to employees to apply leave for a non-working day, if you keep this as yes, it will allow you to apply leave even for Saturday, Sunday. Now the question comes, why should an employee apply leave for a week off? Is that in some industries, in manufacturing industries mostly, the factory will be running round the clock. So different shifts, the people, morning shift, after shift, evening shift, like that, people round the clock, the industry runs on. There will be no shutdown. In that case, if there is an employee who is actually expected to be working in the afternoon shift, he is on off on that day. He is on off, and it's actually a weekend schedule. So even on the weekends, the factories doesn't stop; they keep on going. A person who is actually expected to work on a weekend in one of the shift, he's on leave. Then your supervisor will nominate people from any other shifts to work in this shift as a substitute. So in that process, if they randomly pick one person name and if they try to give nominate him as a substitute, and if you are the person, if you are already having some plans for this weekend, you are not in a situation that you will be able to support. So to make it clear to the supervisor readily, so that I'll not be available this weekend, so you can keep this leave request in the system, so that the supervisor will be clear that he is not available on that day and he can't be a substitute for this guy that way. So, but even if you apply leave on that non-working day, there is no loss of balance. You are not going to lose any leave balance, but it is an indicator to your supervisor who are planning your schedule to not to plan me on this coming weekend where I'm not available that way. So this is something released in 2020, guys. Previously, we did not have this feature based on the demand from these manufacturing sector companies. So SF has given this attribute. So now system is even applying me, even allowing me to apply leave on week off if I keep this attribute that way. Okay. Any questions clear, guys? Till this attribute? Okay. Next thing is, here we have to look towards counting method. So how do you measure your leave? Okay. I'm sorry, not counting method. This one, duration display according to. So this will be in a combination working with counting method. I'll come back to that. So in this duration display according to work schedule, calendar days, and reduction quantity are the three things you have. Where in the work schedule, if you choose work schedule, guys, if you're applying a leave from Friday to Monday, my start date of the leave is Friday and my end date of the leave is Monday. So generally, how many leaves should be deducted for that leave from Friday to Monday? Anybody? Generally, my Saturday, Sunday is my week off. So Friday to Monday, how many leaves are to be deducted? Anyone? 2 days. 2 days week off. Already Saturday, Sunday is decided as a week off. Very good. So that is where we are telling the system to follow the work schedule. So see the work schedule of the employee. As per that, only deduct for the non-working days. Only deduct for the working days is what we are saying when we keep it as work schedule. But there will be instances where company wants to have complete 4 days deducted. Most of the time I see in the Middle East companies, their annual leave policy in Middle East will be start date to end date. 1st of Jan to 31st of Jan, if the employee is on leave, 30 days it will be deducted. They don't consider week offs anything. So in that case, we'll choose it as calendar days. Even in India, if you take maternity leave, maternity leave is 180 days in India. So if a lady is going on 1st Jan, 180 days from then, whatever is end date, that is the leave. That is the date that she has to come back. So we can't exclude Saturdays, Sundays, public holidays, whatever coming in between. It's complete calendar days of 180 days. That way, in such instances, wherever the requirement is to cover the complete calendar days, we go with the second option. If it has to respect the work schedule, we keep it as work schedule. So in this option, it will be 2 days deducted. In this option, it will be 4 days deducted for that Friday to Monday leave. Whereas there will be some requirements. A company says, I don't want 2 days to be deducted. I don't want 4 days to be deducted. I want 3 days. Not 2, not 4. In between 3, I want to be deducted. So that is where we use the deduction quantity as a concept. If I keep it as deduction quantity here, connecting this, I have to maintain one more thing here called as counting method. So whenever the field sees as the input is deduction method here, it will go and check what is maintained in the counting method. In the counting method here, you have to choose which days of the week are to be counted in the leave calculation. Like this, in which Monday to till Saturday, I keep it as yes. Sunday only you don't count in the leave. So when a person is applying leave from Friday to Monday, Friday, Saturday, and even Monday, 3 days is counted. Sunday is not counted in the leave balance. That way. So this is another approach. It's not work schedule. It's not calendar days. It's a other method of counting the leaves that we set, which is called as counting method. Okay. So we have to create this counting method and we have to assign it here. Here in the counting method, we have to assign it there. And this is the duration display according to as an attribute. For first two things, they are independent. But the counting method as a one that if you choose in the duration display according to, you also have to maintain the counting method. These two work in a combination. Okay. And then generally, whenever you apply leave, you already configured a workflow. So as per which your workflow, it has to be approved. Then whenever you're canceling a leave, generally we have a standard cancellation option. Today I apply leave, my manager approved it. After 1 week, if I change my mind, I can cancel my leave actually. So when I cancel my leave, standard SF will not trigger any workflow. But here, if you activate this activate cancellation workflow as yes, so while you are canceling the leave also, it will go for approval, where it will go as per the leave requesting time, which approval it went, even for cancellation also it will go as per the same approval. Okay, so while applying the leave, and if it went from my manager and he approved it, when I'm cancelling also, he only has to approve it. So that way, so we have an option of activating cancellation workflow. Next, admin workflow. Generally, there will be some situations where admins will be applying leave on our behalf. Some rare situations that you are not in a situation to apply. Say, example, you are in a situation that you can't even access your system and you can't apply leave. You just call your HR and you inform that you are not going to be available for a couple of days or even a week or whatever. Then admin is going to apply leave in the system on your behalf. When admins are doing generally standard, no workflow will be triggered. When admin is creating a workflow in the system, when admin is creating a leave in the system, no workflow is triggered. But if you want a workflow to be triggered, then which workflow to be triggered, you have to choose here. So selecting a workflow here, that itself says there is a workflow applicable. Admin workflow configuration. So as per this address change as a workflow, in this whoever are the approvers, it will go for that approval. If you don't maintain anything, there is no workflow for admins. If you maintain anything, so that will get triggered as per that admin workflow configuration. So like this, these are the various attributes that will basically drive the behavior of the leaves in the system, guys. So it might be in terms of units, in terms of requesting on non-working days, the permitted fractions, counting methods, approvals related. These are the different various important parameters that we have to look at when we are dealing with a leave type configuration, which we call it as a time type with an absence as a classification. Keeping this classification of absence, system will consider this time type as a leave type. Okay, and then here at the bottom, we will have something called as time account. As I told you, this time account types are something that will have the rules connected with them internally, that will have the logics of how much balance to be given to the employees, etc. So here we can, let me open this time account type, which is connected for this, and in this it is clearly mentioned hire rule. So when the employee is hired, so how much of casual leave balance to be given, that logic is here. And when the employee is an ongoing existing employee, on 1st of January, the accrual, how much balance should be given. On his last working day, what should happen to his leave balance, termination rule. And at the end of the year, on 31st of December, what should happen to his existing leave balance, that is period and processing rule. Like this, we have the rules that are maintained here that will have their respective logics of handling the balances. I'm just opening an example of a period and processing rule that will be executed on the last day of the month, last day of December. So this way it is. So whatever is the balance in the old account, you see this remaining balance of a old account, whatever you see here. So this remaining balance of old account is what it has to be passed with a negative sign, opposite sign. So if I have 10 days remaining, minus 10 is what it will be passed into it, and the balance is nullified. If the company's requirement is to clear off the balance, so there is no carry forward option, then this is the way. So opposite sign of the remaining balance of the old account is what we posted, and we also close that account, keeping the time account closed as yes. Set time account dot closed equal to yes, the account will be closed. So like this, we have some business rules in time off related. So once you're done with your core preparation, core level business rules, workflow derivation rules, business propagation rules, eventism rules, all that, once you have a grip and total idea, so then you'll be able to understand this time off rules. And there are a lot of examples of the standard rules that SF will be delivering. Country specific different scenarios in the time off. For India related rules, US related, Australia related, European countries related, multiple examples of time off rules are already there. So those only will become the reference in the real-time projects. Okay. So this way, we have a time account type which is connected at the time type level, which internally has all the rules that will drive the balances for the leave types. So once we have these time types configurations done, then we will be able to look into the time profiles generally. So here time profile is the third prerequisite. Holiday calendars, work schedules are ready. Time profile is the third prerequisite. So time profiles will be created where we have an India profile as well. India standard as a profile which I choose. So it's a time profile with list of time types. It's a casual leave, sick leave, maternity leave, paternity leave. Different leave types are added. So these are the set of leaves that the people who are going to be assigned with this India standard profile will become applicable for. So every time profile is a bunch of time types actually, and that profile is again to be added at an employee record level finally. So You go to the employee record level. So here in the employee record level, in the employment info, go to the...
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
Job info. Under the job information, you will be having the time information section, in which holiday calendar, work schedule, time profile are the three things that will be maintained. Holiday calendars, work schedules, and time profiles are the three things. Where these three inputs are important when you are hiring an employee. Rest all other parameters are applicable only in case of attendance management. Only for time off, these are the three important parameters. Based on this, employees will be eligible for the respective leave balances and all. That will appear here in the time section. We'll have a separate section for time, which is containing a time-related portlet, standard thing through here. So what are the leave types that he has? For each leave type, what are the balances he has? Like this, 37 days of vacation as a leave type, 20 days of sick leave as a leave type. Like this, the leave balances will appear here. And you can even start applying the leaves. Okay. Then I'll show you how the leave requesting process can happen. So from the home page, you can go for the time off type, where we can start applying for the leaves actually, which is this request time off. Click on this request time off. System is going to give me an option to choose the leave type. So I have vacation as a leave type, and I have multiple other leave types: sick leave, maternity, PTO, long-term disability, short-term disability, different leave types I'm eligible for. So whichever leave I choose, for that leave, what are the existing balance that will be immediately shown here. And currently it is giving me an error saying your requested time off must include at least one work day. As I told you, generally standard doesn't allow you to apply leave on a non-working day. So here, start date, end date is what we have. So August 6th, which is start date and end date, both is on August 6th, which is Saturday. So it's saying you should have at least one working day in the leave period that you have chosen. If I'm applying from 6th of August to 8th of August, which is a Monday, so it has at least one day to apply leave. Okay, so this is how it functions. So now if I'm going to apply leave, so the vacation leave itself for date I say 8th of August, I'm going to apply. So one day it's leave I'm applying, and I can give some comments if I want to. Okay, and I can click on submit to place the request. Here, we also have an option called recurring absence, guys. That's a very good option. Say example, if you're going to be on leave for, this is August 8th is Monday. So upcoming 4 weeks, every Monday you have to go for a medical checkup. Okay. You are undergoing some treatment, and every Monday you need off. So in that case, you see this? Now here we have August, Monday, like 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. 4 days of leave I want. I need not apply it as for individual leave request. Monday, 8th, 15th, 22nd, like this, I need not apply individual requests. So I can go as a recurring absence, choose the recurring absent option. Starting from 8th of August, is that recurring daily or weekly or bi-weekly? My requirement is weekly recurring. So till which date? So I want it to be recurred till 29th of August. That is 4 days. 4 Mondays it has taken. Exactly. Weekly recurring starting from 8th of August. 4 Mondays it has taken automatically. Like this. Whereas for approval, it will reach as 4 individual requests, guys. This leave request will be reaching the approval as 4 individual requests, because out of 4 days, if they want to approve for 2 days and they want to reject for 2 days, they will have that option. Okay, that's right. Whereas at a convenience of applying, it has given an option to apply in single item, but it will generate 4 requests internally and it will reach as 4 approvals for the manager. That is a recurring option. As of now, I want to apply for only one day, that is 8th of August. Again, that is full day or off day. I can choose like this and submit the request. It gives me a pop-up saying that it is pending for approval now. The time of request was saved and is waiting approval by Charles Brown, the reporting manager. That previously you already saw the approvals at this is what do you say? The approvals option that you already saw previously at address level. Address, when it went for approval, you already saw it. where it's very simple. So which field got changed, only that field it will show on the screen. If pin code changed, pin code is what it will show on the approval screen. If city changed, city field will show on, that's it. But in time off, the approvals are very decently designed such a way it gives you detailed information to the approver. I'll just show you. So I'm going to Charles Brown. So we are in the Charles Brown login, and here under approval section, we get this time of request of where he can click on this details, and he can go into the leave request actually, where we have two options, both approve and reject. So you can directly do it from here as well. So if you want to approve it, you can approve, you can reject, or if you go into details, click on view details and go inside and look at it. Here, if you want to approve it from right away from the front end screen, you have like this, approve or approve with comments, reject or reject, decline or decline with comments. You get these options without even going inside. On the front end interface itself, SAP has started giving this way. But if you want to look at the details, click on view details and go inside, and it will give you a complete detail, like for which user is this leave, the quantity of leave applied, which leave type, start date to end date. So if once I approve this request, what will be the remaining balance? So currently 37 is there. If this leave is deducted, it will be 36. Current status pending. So who created it, who created this date, leave, and when it is created with the date and timestamps, all that. And while approving, the manager can have an access to time absence calendar, team absence calendar. So in the same period for the same date range, if there are any other team members who are also applying the leave, who also applied a leave, so their details will come here. It says 2 other members are on absence during the same period, 5 other members are absent on the same period. Kind of it gives you the message, so that the manager can plan things, so that he's not approving all the requests of all the team members in the same period. So he can ask them to reschedule it accordingly to maintain the operations are not impacted. So that way they'll have this option. And here at the bottom, you have the option to approve, decline, and delegate, where in the time of request, you started getting it as decline. In the normal address data, employee personal details and all, you get it as send back. But for leave request, it gets as decline. That way, the system is showing up the workflow screen with the detailed informations. And compared to the normal personal data and all, time request will be handled in a clear way, giving more details to the managers who are approving these requests. Okay.
Do we have an option of multiple approvals? Multiple level?
Of course, anything. So in the time type when you're configuring, whichever workflow you're selecting here is what it matters.
Right.
Time type, if you have called a workflow which is having 3 level, it will go for 3 level. First person approves, it goes to second person. Once he also approves, then it goes to third person. Once third person also approved, then only the leave is officially approved.
Okay. And in the workflow, we can also make a rule where, there is a, what you call, a manager or a dual reporting manager, where it just goes for his information that this person is on leave or this employee is on leave.
Yeah, that is the CC role. We anyways have the CC role, right?
CC role, yes.
Right.
Okay.
So this is the way. And generally workflows, guys, just see this UI. So the latest request will come on the top like this. But all the other things, if you click on view all, so time related, what all leave requests are there, all that will be shown here in the pop-up. Okay. And one more thing. So say example, on the leave application screen, I also want to clearly give you an idea that every time system will be showing us the leave. So this is the screen that you have gone when you have clicked on this request time off. Directly system is bringing you this pop-up and you are applying the leave. We also have another option. If you just search for the keyword as time off as a word, if you go, you can click on this view my time off. So here in this view my time off, this is a UI that comes up, which will show the calendar, the existing ongoing month calendar with the upcoming month calendar, which days are week offs that are highlighted in gray color, and the regular working days, and the public holidays highlighted in underline with a black underline. The 5th of September is going to be the Labor Day. Here you see on the right hand side, Labor Day, 5th of September, which will give you the upcoming holidays list and all here. So it will be a more detailed page actually. Okay. And even you as an employee, while you're requesting also, before you place your request, you can click on show team absences. So when are your team members leaves? Yeah. When are your team members on leave? You can have a look at them. Okay. Now we are in the login of Charles Brown. If he clicks on my reports, so Charles Brown report keys level, we have Anya Singh. The leave request for upcoming 8th of August, right? So we just now applied, that is showing here. So like this, One can see the team absences at my peers level, that is my team level, or my subordinates level. If it is my peers, within my colleagues, their data is what it is showing. My subordinates is well, my reporting subordinates. Like this, we have two things. And you want to see this on a monthly view or a week view. You can also look at a week view like this or a daily view like this. So daily view will be not good. So minimum week or month will be good to see the entire data in a single screen. That way, so these are the different UI options that you will get if you dedicatedly come into the time off screen, or else on the time off on the home page. If you click, only the pop-up comes directly here on the right hand bottom. When you click on create absence, you get this screen choosing the leave start date, end date, recurring absence, all this. These fields will come in the pop-up and you create the leave when you create it from the home page. When you come to direct into the time off tool and you create, you can see this much of details. Okay. So this is the thing. Any queries still here? And we also have options of how the admins can actually apply the leaves for the employees. We also have that options. That is where. So if you want to, you are in the currently as an admin as an Anya Singh. And if you have something to apply for Alex, just search for that Alex record, go into his profile as an admin. For the administrator specifically, in this time as a section, we will get this option called administer time as a hyperlink, guys, at the bottom. When general employees are looking, they don't get this link actually. Other things will be there. But this hyperlink called administer time will be available only for the admins. And they click on it, it takes them to a different page, a time related information page of an employee, in which here you have the create absence option on the right hand top. From here, you can initiate the leave request for the employee by choosing the leave type, start dates, end days, all this. Same interface. Coming into that administer time, you get this option called create absence. Under this absences tab here, we have multiple tabs in which the first one absences tab is here. And we have one more thing called time accounts. So the leave different leave types like annual leave account, casual leave, sick leave, multiple accounts we can have. So in this, annual leave 2022 is one account, sick leave 2022 is an account. Like this, we have child care leave 2022, with each account having its respective balances. Now for annual leave, which is of 20 days of balance, so due to any reason, if company is decided to add 2 days of additional balance for this employee, or reduce 2 days of balance from this employee's balance. So for this, once you select this account, scrolling to the extreme bottom, you will have on the right hand side something called as add posting. Under this, manual adjustment. So manually, if the admin decided to add the balance or remove the balance of any employees using this manual adjustment option, so they can add the balance or deduct the balance. If I click on add as 2, so it becomes now the 20 becomes 22. If I keep deduct and if I keep 2, it becomes 18. Like that, we can add or remove the balance into the employee's account. Click on save. So 2 days got increased and total balance is now showing as 22. At the bottom, you get the complete history. On 1st of January, there is an accrual of 24 days that has been posted to the employee. After that, 4 days has been manually added, it became 28. Again, 6 days has been manually deleted, that became 22. In that again, 2 days is deleted, that became 20. And 2 again added, that became 20. This is available. So you have the complete history, who manually adjusted, when they adjusted, with the date and timestamp. And while you're manually adjusting, you can also give a comment, the reason why you're doing it. You can also add your comments as well if required. So that can be helping in the further audits. Why is that additional balance posted and all? Manual adjustments, why they are happening, they can have a clarity from this comments. Okay. So these are the two different options that admins will have, guys. Once they come into this administer time, creating absences and playing with the employee balances, employee account balances, they can do this from the screen. This is all about time off content, so which will be completely based on the MDF platform with multiple MDF objects that we have, right from holiday calendars, work schedules, time profiles, time types, all these things, and all these collaboratively connected will make the employee eligible for the respective leaves, and he'll be applying the leaves, and this is all the approval process, interfaces, all that. So this is all about the time off solution, guys. And again, repeating, this is not currently part of the content of certification for you to immediately concentrate. So first concentrate till the topic of the core employees and the activities, or max the additional topic of position management is good enough. for you to first get prepared and to appear for the certification and you yourself to be certified. The later on, you can definitely put your efforts and time spent on this time off, where you will have these slides, what I have been presenting this presentation, the time of implementation guide, all that will be anyways in the documents. You can access it.